Hello builders, this is Terry again, Houston, Texas, and this is going to be a quick, dirty, very limited editing, if anything. I just want to put it up on YouTube and let you guys see a lot of little things going on. And I'm kind of at that point where if I was building a model airplane, I would be going, man, all I got to do is get these wings covered and put these struts on and throw it together and go fly. So I can start seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. One of the things I want to bring back here to your attention is the tail. I have already put the metal tangs in for my cable, and what I've used is a micro or mini link here. I fully intend on trying to make this thing easy to disassemble, and this is one of my ideas. This is a mini link that I use on my skydiving rig that has been very good, never failed, and it sustains quite a lot of G-force during opening shock. So I'm pretty confident this right here is going to be great. The idea behind it is there's a little bolt on there, and I loosen it up and I slip my cable in, tighten it back down, and then of course the other end will be attached to the wing. It doesn't have to come loose, only needs to come loose on one end for easy disconnect. So I've installed, walking down the airplane, the mount for the rear wing strut, and it's in there. It's not completely tight. I have it a little bit loose so that I can make adjustments turning left and right. This over here has been completed, this bracket. I've got all the hardware in now for the A-frame or the landing gear frame strut, and that's installed, and it is really rigid. It's made the airframe a lot more tight. So over here we got a lot of metal shavings. What have we been doing with that? You know, I told you I was making these brackets, and got my metal tangs and washers and whatnot, and of course we got these metal brackets just waiting for, you know, a decent day that's not completely raining. I can go outside and bring the airplane out and attach the wings, the struts, and everything to make sure everything lines up. So we need to do that before we cover the wing, because if there's any changes that need to be made, of course it'd be nice to have everything open. Another thing I've done also, the cable tang up front for the leading edge cable, and I've done the same thing here as I did in the back of the plane, and I have one on the other side as well. So posted some pictures of these big tubes, and I think Robert asked if I bought these pre-drilled. These right here in the plans are indicated as a hollow 1-inch aluminum tube or bar, and you know, I changed it up a little bit. Don't tell nobody. Anyway, that is a 1 1/8 tube that goes back into the wing right here. You can see how I've attached those brackets. Those are for the front, and they're going to attach right over there, right there. I'll take that bolt out, put it on, and we'll replace that AN416 with like an AN420. It'll go all the way through. Now these here struts are a little bigger than what's indicated in the plans. 1 1/8 was indicated in the plans, and just because of supply issues and shipping issues and trying to save a little bit of money, I went ahead and got this 1 1/4 and used an 1 1/8 tube on the inside, and that, as you can see, is very thick, very stable, and that ought to be just fine. So a little thicker tube there. This ought to be great. Now, moving on over to the wings, I think I've already showed a lot of this to you. There are some little things here you can see. That is some micro that I've put in and around the insert for the aileron. I've also capped it off right there on the end. And remember, that was just hollow, and I just stuffed some micro in there. Now, this is not part of the plans, and don't feel like this is something you have to do. Keep in mind, I just have this stuff lying around from another build and thought it would be a good idea just to put that in there, because one of these wings wasn't quite so well. Remember, I had a mismeasurement on one of them. Focus, camera, focus. And once I put them in, they were nice, but you know, I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, and I wanted to put that epoxy in there to just help things out. So we've had the wings out here a couple of days, and I was waiting on parts. I was also waiting on more glue. My aircraft spruce order came in, and lo and behold, I think I may have forgotten a couple of items. I hope not. We'll find out. I probably have them here in the garage, but I need to just kind of go through and look. If not, I'll have to order them again. And it might be just some onesie twosies, but okay, so this is all the material that came in. A lot of the stuff that came in from Aircraft Spruce. We got our poly spray. We have our poly brush. What else do we have here? That's more poly brush. More poly brush. I think this is poly spray. And we're falling apart here. And then, of course, we got the Polytack. Polytack. And we've got a few cans of reducer. So, that's what I'm doing for my covering. I like it. Works good. Smells like shit. But it is certified by the FAA. Well, for all I know, so are the others. But, anyway, that's where we're at on that. Let's see, is there anything else? Chicky. I don't guess so, you know. Now, a lot of you guys still asking about these stainless steel brackets. Remember, these are coming from Lockwood Aviation. Now, I could not find one that was 1.5" for the trailing tube, for the trailing spar. This is my fix right here. I ordered a couple of these little 1/4" saddles. I wanted a 1/2 inch, but I couldn't find one thick enough that would accommodate an 1.5" tube. So I just put some of these large 1/4" washers, or 1/4" ID washers, and that's all it took. Just 4 of them, 2 on this side, 2 on this side, and now that tube's going to fit in there perfectly centered. So I did get these stainless steel brackets from Lockwood Aviation. They're not listed on the website. If you look in the book, you can probably find them if you have a book. If not, call Lockwood Aviation and tell them what you're looking for. Now, there is a spot on this page, Facebook Affordaplane, official Facebook Affordaplane. We've posted this before, and if you just kind of run around and look, you'll see the page that we posted with the Lockwood Aviation stainless steel brackets. And again, this is going to be the way I fit my wing. That's a 2-inch. I think it's a 2 1/8. But you can get away with that because you can put a washer. Also, when you tighten it down, you know, it's going to flex a little bit. But like I said, you can always stick a washer in there if you need to. Also, we got our Hall wind meter. Now, I got it right here on the strut, but it's not going to stay there because that's in the propeller wash. So once we get wings on, and we have wing struts out there, we can go ahead and relocate that. But I was out here playing with it, blowing air into it, and it works. So saw that on Jimmy's page. He had one of those on his airplane. I've seen them on several other ultralights, and this is going to be fine. Along with my EFIS to give me my ground speed, this will give me my airspeed. So, alright guys, I'm going to knock off. Just a quick update, and I'm going to shoot it out there on the interweb, and you guys can take a look at it. Tell me what you think. Please share, like, all that good stuff. Subscribe, and thank you again for watching.